Deep in the tropical forests of Costa Rica, where dense greenery almost completely hides the ground from sunlight, there are still places that feel as if they have fallen out of human history. For a long time, these areas were considered ordinary jungle until strange traces of the past began to be discovered here. Among the roots of trees, in swampy plains, and on hills, perfectly spherical stone balls began to appear. Their surface is so smooth and precise that it is hard to believe they were formed by chance. They look as if they were created using knowledge and technology that should not have existed in ancient times. Local legends describe them as something sacred, connected to lost civilizations and forgotten knowledge. However, archaeology still has no definitive answer. Who created them, why, and how they were moved into these locations. And the deeper researchers go into these jungles, the more questions arise. It sometimes feels as if these stone spheres are not just artifacts of the past, but part of something much larger, something humanity is only beginning to understand. Dozens of stone spheres have been discovered in the dense jungles of Costa Rica, scattered across different locations on plains, near rivers, and even in areas that were once ancient settlements. Some are very small, while others reach several meters in diameter and weigh several tons. And the most astonishing thing is their shape. These spheres are almost perfectly round, with deviations so minimal that even modern technology struggles to replicate such precision. It feels as if they were not carved with primitive tools, but formed using something far more advanced. When the first researchers discovered them, they were partially buried underground and covered by vegetation, as if time itself was trying to hide them from human eyes. But the more were found, the stronger the feeling became that these were not random stones, but something left behind with a specific purpose. Today, these objects have become one of the most mysterious archaeological discoveries in the region. And to this day, no one can say exactly how ancient people managed to create such perfect shapes. Looking at these stone spheres more closely makes things even stranger. Many of them are made of very dense rock, difficult to shape even with modern tools. Yet their surfaces are so smooth that it seems they were not carved or chipped, but formed with incredible precision. Scientists have tried to explain this in different ways, from long polishing with sand and water to the use of unknown ancient technologies. But none of these theories fully explain them, because either there are no clear tool marks or the traces are too minimal to account for such perfect geometry. The most mysterious aspect is that some spheres are nearly identical in size and proportions, as if they were part of a pre-designed system. It creates the impression that these are not just stones, but the result of precise calculations possibly connected to measurements, navigation, or even knowledge of the world that we no longer possess. And the more they are studied, the stronger the feeling becomes that the technologies capable of creating them may have been far more advanced than we typically assume for ancient civilizations. There are many theories attempting to explain the origin of these stone spheres, and each one only raises more questions. Some researchers suggest they could have been symbols of power or status markers indicating belonging to certain tribes or rulers. Others believe they may have been part of a complex navigation system or landscape markers. There are also more mysterious interpretations. Some claim the spheres may have had astronomical significance aligned with the movement of stars, the sun, or the moon, like an ancient map of the sky encoded in stone. In that case, their placement could have been part of a unified system of knowledge long since lost. But none of these theories explain everything: why their shape is so perfect, why they are distributed in such patterns, and why no clear written or cultural explanation of their purpose has survived. Therefore, the stone spheres of Costa Rica remain an open mystery between science, legend, and something humanity may still need time to understand. Today, the stone spheres of Costa Rica continue to stand in silence in jungles, fields, and museums waiting for someone to finally decode their true purpose. They have survived civilizations, the passage of time, and the disappearance of entire cultures, yet they have never revealed their secret. Each new look at them raises more questions than answers. Were they part of lost knowledge, an ancient symbolic language, or traces of an unknown civilization with no surviving records? And while science continues to search for explanations, the stone spheres simply exist silent, perfect, as if left not only in the past but also for the future. Perhaps their meaning still lies ahead. And yet the strangest thing about these stone spheres is the feeling they leave behind, as if they are not just ancient artifacts, but part of something larger, a system whose meaning we are not yet able to read. They contain no inscriptions, offer no direct clues, and do not explain themselves, and that is exactly why they feel so significant. Costa Rica preserves them in many different places. Some stand alone in open fields, others are grouped together as if arranged according to an unknown plan, and the more you look at them, the stronger the thought grows that this is not coincidence or simple decoration of the past, but a language we have lost. Perhaps they were part of a worldview where geometry, nature, and the cosmos were perceived as a unified whole. Or perhaps they were symbols understood only by their creators and now lost forever to us. But there is another possibility, that their true purpose was never meant to be understood immediately. Sometimes it feels as if such objects exist as a test for future generations like the past, leaving behind not answers, but questions that lead to new discoveries. And if that is the case, then the stone spheres of Costa Rica are not a mystery to be solved once, but a process that is only just beginning. And perhaps the most important thing is not what they mean, but the fact that they still make us question. Because as long as doubt exists, so does the search. And that means the story of these stone spheres is far from over.